these other camps will have to explain this prophecy because it's almost here. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Bashem Kwadash and Shalom to the hopefully elect out there. Anyway, I'll give you the well, before I go into that, I want to do this. This is a video I did yesterday. If our gods would be here, this was a response to some comments that were put up by Dirty Edom, and this was the last video. Let me come back over here. So this, if our gods would be here, is in response to, and he calls us all. Let me click on that. Right here, Dirty. Let me do this. Let me click on this. And I read through these comments. But this is what got to me. Actually, these two. You understand that technology over the years gets better. You're still waiting for a rice grain microchip to be embedded in the people. Absolutely, laugh out loud. So the microchip can only look like and come in the form of a rice grain. It doesn't have to come in a different shape. They can change the shape. They can make it smaller. They can turn it into a ball. They can make it like a square chip, and nothing else. If that, but it's a physical thing, and they have to inject you with it physically. You know, they'll have to use a syringe, which in the Hebrew is karax, which is the root word karax. You can't insert the charagma unless you have the instrument called in Greek the karax. I think I said Hebrew. I meant to say Greek. Greek word karax and charagma is Greek words. If that's your logic, then you're doomed. I don't know what that means. Elder, you have the mark in your driver's license, and it's also in your smart TV and all your technology that you so love. Does the YT man really need to keep track of you by putting something in you when he can track you through a multitude of things? It's time to get real and realistic. And realistic, the mark has been perfected, and you might just have the mark already without even knowing it or knowing. So I did the video. If our guys would be here, then I put these scriptures. I was going to read through these scriptures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read through these scriptures right now. There was a bunch. I put these scriptures together. These 2, 4, 6, 8, about 10, 11 scriptures. There was a couple more precepts that came to mind with these scriptures, but I'm just going to read these. Okay, so let's just go ahead and read it. I'm going to breeze through it. Then I'm going to go into my main topic. The first precept is, you know what? Let me do it this way. Matthew 13, verse 10. Then I'm going to get into my main topic. And this is why, like this, the topic of the MOTB, the reason why these other camps can't see it is because Sakari can see it. HODC can see it. HODC never pushes it. They don't do videos on it. If you go to their page and put in MOTB, write it all out. I doubt if you get a video to come up. Or if you go back maybe, I don't know, 8 years, 7 years. So they're not really, it's really not important to them. But it's important to us. That's why we always doing videos on it. Okay, so let me read it. Okay, I'm gonna read from the 10th verse. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? The scriptures, the Bible, the word of the Most High, is nothing but a big book of parables, symbolisms. You read one thing, it means something else, especially when it comes to the prophecies. That's why people can't understand the prophecies. That's why Vocab Malone stays away from the prophetic parts of the Bible, because the Spirit's got to be working with you. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. That's why when you come back to this statement, oh, you don't know, you may already have it. It's in your driver's license, your driver's license, and your smart TV, and technology is constantly, you may even have it. Well, you really don't understand the prophecy. You did about 3-4 years ago. So the Most High took it from you. That's why I opened it up with this scripture, Matthew's 13. It was given to you. You didn't run with it, and the Most High took it from you. All right, Matthew's 11:25. Like I said, we're gonna breeze through this. Matthew's 11:25. And there's a major camp out there that completely sold out. I think they all did, one way or another. And it's not like they don't know it, it's just that they were paid to teach otherwise. Okay, this is Matthew's 11:25. At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Yahweh of heaven and earth. He's praying to the Father. So the Father is one entity, then you got the Son, that's another entity. Because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent. What does it mean by the wise and prudent? This right here cuts those scholars. Like Vocab Malone and the different scholars that he deals with, they all went to schools. So they went to, places of higher learning. They specialize in the scriptures, these theological seminaries, which I call theological cemeteries, right? And said, this is what the Most High said. So the Lord would be a liar if the truth came out of these seminaries. Well, that's coming from Yale. Yale has a seminary in, what's that? And the two major universities in England is Cambridge and Oxford. And both of them print the Apocrypha. Both of them print right now as we speak, and there's Apocryphas being printed. Why are they printing all them Apocryphas? Because they're concerned about the Israelites? No. That's for men of higher learning. I guess that printer press and both of those major universities, when you talk about the two top universities on the planet Earth, you're talking about Cambridge and you're talking about Oxford. And both of them print the Apocrypha, a book full of fairy tales. And what other books do they print? If you got a red Apocrypha, look in the back. I believe that one is printed in Cambridge, if I'm not mistaken. Then you had a black one, which is hard to get. That one was printed in Oxford, I believe. So it says, so this right here cuts the theological seminary. So remember this scripture, Matthew 11:25. Get it in your mental Rolodex. You can't learn this by going, well, look, I have several degrees. I went to this theological seminary and I was invited to go to, and as an exchange student to Oxford. And, you know, I rubbed elbows with all the top professors and the top scholars. Most High, they would make the Most High a liar, the Lord a liar. Let's read again. At that time, Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Yahweh of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, the educated, the ones that experience higher education, theological cemeteries, wise and prudent, and has revealed them unto what? Unto babes. So, like I said, you're gonna make the vocab alone. If you really think the Most High gave you this through theological seminary, then you're making our Lord a liar. Now let me give another precept come to mind. I believe it's I'm positive it's 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 1. Okay. 1 Corinthians 1, verse 18 on down. Okay, let me read this precept here. Isaiah 29, verse 14. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among the people, Israelites, even a marvelous work and a wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent shall be hid. So we know that you top Christian Edomite scholars, you don't have this truth, period. So we're going to start at the 18th verse. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of the Most High. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise. And Paul is quoting Isaiah 29, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where's the educated man? Where's the vocab? Vocab makes a fool out of himself every time he rolls up on us. Every time he did a video the other day, getting on a Deacon Akar and saying Deacon Akar was dead wrong about the Greek thing. But Deacon Akar was correct, and I corrected it. The word that should be there is not the word Greek. What was that, the NIV? The word that should have been there was the word Grecian, or what do you call it? Hellenistic Jew, or Jews, or Hellenized Jews, which is a different. Grecian means Hellenized Jews. Greeks means Israelites that don't know that they're Israelites. Best way I can explain it. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? So vocab is this, he's disputing, he has a dispute against us. So everything that we teach, he said, nah, that's not true, because he's an apologist for the small hats, the JJs. Have not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world? So they look at us as being fools. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. For the Jews, Israelites that grew up being Israelites require a sign. And the Greeks, the Israelites that didn't know that they were Israelites, that were seeking for the Most High, seek after wisdom. It said, but we preach Yahushua crucified unto the Jews a stumbling block, and unto the Greeks foolishness. And like I said, the Greeks, like if you go to Acts 17, it speaks about the men of Athens. Like one video, Vocab said these are white men. They're men of Athens. They were Israelites in Athens at that time. Those men, this so-called conscious community, those were Jakes. Or just like you have the conscious community today, they get together, they do their debates, and they don't have it. They don't have it at all. That's why it's a waste of time for any Israelite, former One Wester, to even debate with them, because it's a complete waste of time. They can't get it. But unto them which are called, both Jews and Greeks, meaning Israelites that grew up as being Israelites in an Israelite household, and Greeks like Cornelius. Cornelius was an Israelite that grew up in a non-Israelite household, but they were Israelites. The Messiah, the power of the Most High, and the wisdom of the Most High, because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men, because the Most High is working through us. And the weakness of the Most High is stronger than men. For we see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, meaning degrees, not many mighty, not many noble. That's why you had, Kyrie is considered like a noble because he's highly respected celebrity, sports celebrity, Ye, celebrity, and so forth. So they would be considered noble. You see Ye walking through some department store. Everybody gonna stop. Oh, could I get your autograph? Can I get a selfie with you? The same thing goes with Kyrie. See, when they go places, they have to have security with them because people might try them. So the Most High ain't dealing. The Most High is not going to bring Kyrie Irving into this truth. The Most High is not going to bring Jay-Z into this truth. Can you imagine Jay-Z getting down with the IUIC? Can you imagine how many more members they're going to get? Anyway, I'm not going to read anymore. Let's go to the next precept. Matthew 16 and 17. Because y'all saw these lineup of scriptures, but I don't think a lot of y'all read them scriptures. You said, scriptures, I'll read it later. So let me read it now. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, why do we call him Yahushua? Because there was no J in the Hebrew. Jesus is a two-syllable sound. It's not even a word. There's no such word in the English language. Well, that's Jesus. That's the Lord in the English. Okay, so that's a compound word, right? That's a combination of two words, G and Zus. What's a Zus? What's a Zus and what's a G? It doesn't make sense. So we come to the conclusion that we know that his name goes back to the Greek, but he didn't speak Greek or necessarily spoke Greek, but he spoke Hebrew. His parents were Hebrew Israelites, and the angel said, call him this. The angel that wasn't speaking didn't say, call him sweet Jesus. He said, call him Yahushua, which, by the way, means he deliverer or he savior. Doesn't mean Yahweh save. Even the blue letter goes off on that. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah. By the way, Jonas is like Jonah. Bar-Jonah. The bar is Aramaic for son. And the Hebrew will be Ben Jonah. And this was the name that he was given. The Lord gave him the name, the surname he gave him was Kap, which means rock or stone, rock or stone. Some people say stone, some people say rock. But let's say rock, because he said, upon this rock, I will build my church. Which a rock is a foundation or something. When you build a house, you need rocks for the foundation, part of the foundation. For flesh and blood have not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. So did Peter sneak and go to a seminary school? No. The Spirit told him. We just read that, and I believe it was the first scripture. Thank the Most High Father that thou have given it to babes. And Simon Peter answered, thou art the Messiah, the Son of the living power. So what did he ask him? He said, who do they say I am? Peter's confession of the Messiah. When Yahushua came unto the coast of Cyrene and Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, who do men say that I am? And they said, some say that thou art John the Baptist, and that's resurrection. That's resurrection, meaning if you die and you come back with that same body, the Most High puts the body back together like Lazarus, put the Spirit back into you, build your body back up, and have you come back. Our Lord was resurrected. He wasn't reincarnated at that time. He was resurrected. Resurrected means the thing to be erect, the thing to stand back up, come back to life. So this right here, John, meaning John died, but he came back. He looks a little different, but he came back. Some Elijah. Why? Because of Malachi. But Elijah came back as John. So they understood reincarnation. And others, Jeremiah, or one of the other prophets. He saith unto him, but whom say ye that I am? And he said, thou art the living power, the Son, Yahushua. So he said, flesh and blood did not reveal it to you. See, this is why you dirty Edom, aka Ithun, you can't get it because the Most High haven't opened. You're blinded by the purple and gold. You're blinded, man, because you had it at one time and it was taken back from you. You lost the oil, my man. I don't know how to help you. Okay, let me go from here to read a couple of more. I'm gonna make this long. 1 Corinthians 2:10. But the Most High have revealed them unto us by the Spirit. For the Spirit searches all things, yea, the deep things of the Most High. For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the spirit of man which is in him? Even so, the things of the Most High knoweth no man but the Spirit of the Most High. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of the Most High. Which things also we speak. Right, we learned this and we become teachers. Not in the words which men's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Spirit teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. This is why you can't get reincarnation vocab. You can't get over the fact that we're the Israelites. You can't get over the hell doctrine. And then this guy was going off. I don't know if he's still teaching that. Bishop Nathaniel, he started teaching his hell thing, and who got on him? Who got on him? The men of GMS, starting with myself and the other apostles, and then some of the other elders. So I'm pretty sure, I'm positive he watched the videos. But if he's still teaching that nonsense, then I don't believe this man is truly a man of the Lord. The Most High might have to take him out and bring him back, because that's way the fuck off. So I hope he changed his ways. And if he did, he better humble himself and say, I went off. because the people that follow him, they, you know, they're blind. They're the blind. The blind, if the blind lead the blind, they shall both fall into a ditch. So they did. That's a cult. That's cultish activity, man. They just, whatever this guy says, they just go with, man. And like I said, based upon this video, the title of this video, these other camps, when this Charagma thing comes out, they're gonna have to do a lot of explaining, man. There's gonna be a big shakeup in the so-called Israelite community. But he that is spiritual judges all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. For who have known the mind of Yahweh, that he may instruct him, but we have the mind of Yahweh Shai. So we claim that the Lord is dealing directly with us. I said in one video I entitled, I'm a 1,000,000,000% sure, you know, as far as the Charagma goes. Okay, you know what? Let me go. All right, let me go to Colossians 1:25. You can really start at 19. Amos 3:7. The Lord doeth nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Wherefore I am made a minister according to the dispensation of the Most High. Dispense. He dispensed some to Peter, he dispensed some to James, he dispensed some to John. He dispensed the revelations with an S, and the book called the Book of Revelation, or the Revelation of John, because it was revealed unto him. That was dispensed unto him. Those visions as this dispensation of the Most High, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of the Most High. Even the mystery, which mystery goes into the word secret, mysterion in the Greek, it means a secret. I see a bunch of people, there's a crowd of people, I go to one person, I whisper in his ear, and he knows a secret. He said, this is what's going to happen in 5 minutes. There's going to be a shootout out here, so you better go home. And he goes home because somebody gave him the secret. And then he might have chose to tell his friends, look, this guy told me that shit's going to go down in 5 minutes, so we better get the fuck out of here. Some of them guys might have their girl, get their girl. Those people are going to leave. 5 minutes later, all hell breaks loose. Even the mystery which have been hid from ages and generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. Now means now. Now means now. The fulfillment of Ezekiel 37. So I'm not going to read anymore, but just read the rest of them, all right? 1 Corinthians 16, verse 25. Don't be entertained. Don't watch these videos to be entertained. Watch these videos to big yourself up, because you're learning this to go out and teach others. You're not learning this, oh, I like how the brothers speak. Oh, I like this brother. I like that brother. You sitting there eating popcorn, talking shit. Some of you guys been in this thing for years. Some of you guys been in this thing for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and you a cheerleader, man. The Most High is not dealing with no motherfucking cheerleaders, bro. Oh, I gotta watch a new. Oh, I like that title. Let me go ahead and watch it. And you ain't doing nothing. Just because you watch this thing, just because you're a spectator, doesn't make you a man of the Lord. You gotta go out there, man. And all you men in GMS, if you in this thing for a certain amount of time, I would say 6 months. For first 6 months, you're supposed to be doing some heavy studying, man. Getting all the scriptures fed to you, watching all the videos, asking all the questions. 6 months to a year, you should be ready to go out there and teach. 6 months to a year. So anybody that's been in this thing, he's in GMS camp, he's been in this thing for 2-3 years, and he's just sitting around with his hands in his pocket, he shouldn't be in the camp. Show that nigga the door. Show him the door. Let the doorknob hit him where the good Lord split him. This is about action. This is action. Why you think the book of Acts is called the book of Acts? Because Acts is short for actions. The actions that the disciples did, that the apostles did. Peter and them and Paul and them didn't have their hands in their pocket. They wasn't sitting on their hands. They wasn't studying and studying and studying and studying. They learned, and then they went out and taught. They received, some of them received revelation. When John received a revelation on the Isle of Patmos, what did he do? He wrote it down. What was the purpose of him writing it down? For us. But it was first given to the 7 churches of Asia Minor. And he cursed them out too. The Most High cursed them out in Revelation 2 and 3. See, the Spirit's on me, man. The Spirit is on myself to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. This is what I was placed on the earth for. To do to push this word out, man. I was watching the video before I did this one. I was watching the Apostle Orion Lab do a video dealing with the chariots. And the certain part of the video was called, I can go to it. It says they know, something to the effect, they know. And they do know. They have, look, you might look your head up in the sky to see if there's a UFO up there. And you might look something matter, it might be a UFO. Then you see like a red light blinking, that's a plane. Guess what? Esau got those observatories that's looking up in all different angles of the sky, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They got their eyes on the skies. And what are they looking for? Let me see something. These are all good scriptures, but they all line up. Let me go to Ephesians 1 and 9. Then I might go to one more, then I'll get into this subject that I wanted to get into. Having made known unto us the mystery of his will, according to his good pleasure, which he hath purposed in himself, that in the dispensation of the fullness of times he might gather together in one all things in Yahushua. So I want the elect of Israel, both which are in heaven and which are on earth, even in him, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance. And our first inheritance is his truth, because inheritance means like land, right? Then it means things. So our inheritance that we have now is the truth. Being what? Predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will, that we should be to the praise of his glory, who first trusted in Yahushua, right, in our previous lives. That's reincarnation right there. I got to read 13. I must be allowed to read 13. It says, in whom ye also trusted after that. The ones of you that came to this truth and did 10 years and went back into the world, you never trusted the Most High. And guess what? All you guys that fell out the truth, that went back into the world, does not do it. So you can understand. No, I'm still doing the truth. I teach my family. I teach my wife and my kids. That ain't the truth, man. That ain't teaching the truth. You're supposed to be on the highways and the byways. You're supposed to be putting the sit downs. Make full proof of that ministry, the scriptures say. So all you guys that fell off, because King Mashar died, or Yaquab died, or he fell off because of the split, that major split, you know, the various splits that happened after that. When year 2000 came and you said, nah, see, and it never came. I'm out of here. Guess what? You're going to take that charagma and you're going to die. You're going to die. And most of y'all that left this shit is talking shit about us. Mainly us at GMS. Anyway, I don't got to read. You know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. Let me do this right here. So I read right about up to here. I read Ephesians. So just read the rest of them. That's how you learn. That's how you build yourself. Somebody asks you a question about a scripture. You say, oh, yeah, I remember that. The Apostle Paul put these precepts together. I remember them scriptures. I wrote them down, or whatever the case may be. This is why you, Dirty Edom, a.k.a. Aithan, the Most High took it. The Most High opened up your eyes, and he gave you this gem, but you played with it. You put it in a napkin and buried it. And so the Most High going to bury you, Jack. Inside joke. So what did the Most High do? He taken it. He took it. When you went back to the napkin to get it out, it wasn't there. Wasn't there. That wine. And see, you've been in this truth. And you defied what we said for years, and then you finally came around and saw it. But guess what? You are an old wine bottle. You are an old wine bottle. So when that truth is given to you, you slept on it, and that wine, which is that truth, specifically of the charagma, it seeped out of you. That's why you're saying, you don't know, you might already have it. And, well, what if I had it? I'm checking my hands. I'm checking my hands. I don't see no scars on my hand. I don't see no rice grain sticking out of my right hand, on my left hand, on my butt cheek, on my forehead. Who gave me it? Aliens? Anyway, let's go into this topic right here. Now, what I did was, well, let me do this. Let me come back over here. See, I don't have no time to be debate. Well, it's hard. They want to have a debate with you. You know, we believe that we're Hamitic. And I said, okay, good. I'm not going to make it to the debate because I don't believe in wasting my time. That's a complete waste of time. All I can do is give you the truth. If you don't accept it, I'm moving on. So fuck you and your little dog too. Was it a witch? She said, I'm going to get you and your little dog too. That's what a demon does. Anyway, did I have it up already? Okay, boom, I do have it up. Oh, I'm sorry. This is what I did. This is what I wanted. This video, I'm doing this video, this part of the video, because of a comment. Yalad Al commented, we've gone cashless here in Nigeria. Shalom to the saints of Nigeria. So this brother, this individual's from Nigeria. We've gone cashless here in Nigeria right now. So I'm assuming he's actually in Nigeria temporarily, at least for the last 2 months. It would return back probably with the coming months, but they are prepping us. It might not never come back. So what I did was cash is here in Nigeria. And I can be here for the next 3 hours. It says, and we know the precepts already. It says, watch impact of cashless policy on Nigerians. As of 1 month ago, African countries advised to build efficient cashless policy payment system. Most of the payments that I make is cashless. Nigeria's drive. Now, check this out. That was 3 months ago. This was 1 month ago. I'm not gonna make this long. This is from 10 years ago. Oh, wow. CNBC Africa. I'm going to click on that. See, these major news companies from the States, they're all international. CNN, they have a CNN International. See, all those major companies, news companies in America, they're all over the world. Because now we're living in a global world, a geopolitical world. Nigeria's drive toward a cashless economy. How many years ago? 10 years ago. We're talking back. We're talking back in 2013. They've been talking about this. NFIU, Nigeria to go cashless from March 1st. And we're here in March. Today is March 18th. It's obviously talking about this year. This was 2 months ago. Nigeria react to CBNs, which represent Central Bank of Nigeria, new cashless policy. Nigeria sees cash shortage amid push for redesigned currency. This is a France 24 English. It's another good company. I gotta start watching these, and you get a lot of information from these international news companies like Al Jazeera and RT News, just to name a couple of them. French news, or you got this news company. Some of your cable companies carry it. I believe it's called Israel News or Israeli News. I think it's I-24, something like that. And they have some good stories, man. You know, they're not really as biased as I thought they would be when I first, started watching that channel. This is 1 month ago. Cashless policy, many stranded as Nigeria, a scarcity bites hard across Nigeria because they cut. I believe you can only get like either $20 a day out of your bank or $40 a day, which is nothing. So they're lining up every day to get a little $20, $40 every goddamn day. But all that shit's gonna stop. Everything gonna be digital. Everything gonna be on your smartphone. It's gonna be on your QR code. This is why we always speak on it. 2 months ago, trending, a Tinubu dances. Well, that's something else. We'll watch him later, see how he dances. I'll tell if he's a Jake. If he got flavor. Nigeria, anger and chaos outside bank due to Nigeria shortage. Naira, which is the Nigerian dollar. I keep saying Nigeria. It's Naira. Naira is the Nigerian dollar. Shortage, latest English news. Oh, there's another good one. WION, Elamites. Yeah, they were breaking up banks, setting cars on fire. The real goal of India's currency ban. Yeah, because everything's going to be cashless. Look at that. You have a CNBC Africa. I just showed you that. And you have what? A CNBC International. These American news companies, they're all over the planet. Three years ago, 3 ways to prepare yourself for a cashless society by 2023. So this had to come out in 2020, 2019. CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, monitors banks. This is as of a month ago. I'm speaking fast. advises Nigerian to embrace cashless transaction. Now, the individual that gave me the comment, shalom to that individual, they said they've been doing that for the last 2 months, but they're going to come back. They may or may not come back. And if they come back, they're going to eventually, this is a test run. This is a test run. And so we here at Great Millstone GMS, we know what's coming next. We know that this is one step closer to the what? The MOTB. So when this actually comes up, you know, when they actually introduce the world in the oikoumene sense, the charagma, there's going to be a lot of these window shoppers, as Bishop Nathaniel says, you window shopping, you keep window shopping. You keep window shopping. Yeah, keep window shopping. That's great advice. Because when it actually comes and you can't go to your job unless you get an MOTB, or you might go to BJ's or Costco's or whatever, and there's a sign up. You have 30 days to get everything on your MOTB. If not, you cannot, buy here. There's going to be certain places where you can buy, but you're going to have to drive maybe 20 miles out. Then eventually that's going to stop, because their plan is to destroy the middle class, which they did going back from 2019, 2020 up until now. They destroyed a lot of middle class businesses. Everything is going to be big box stores. Okay, challenges. This is 2 months ago. You see the guy, the big head, Jake or Hamite. They got the suit. They got the suit. That's they committed fornication with the woman that sat on the beast. They're wearing the suit. They're Americanized. They're Europeanized. They're not wearing traditional African garbs. Let me come down to here. Cashless policy is good for Nigeria. Sam Ahmad Dai, Frank Tai, whatever. So this guy, he's insider, definitely an insider. Is the cashless policy really worth it? That was as of 1 month ago. Then you have these insiders. Oh, look at this. Instead of the view, it's your view. That ain't nothing but the view. That's a Hamitic view. But these are Jakes. What they do is they follow the lead of America. Now, this guy right here, I did a little research on him. He was educated. Has degrees. He was educated in the Americas. I believe Stanford University was one of the universities that he went to. He got a degree, but he's highly. I guarantee you, I'm not going to click on him, but I guarantee you, he probably speaks perfect American English. I don't even think he has a accent. I could be wrong. I'll watch him later. It said, meet the man forging Africa's cashless future. This was 2 years ago. So these are all insiders. They all got the memo. Cashless policy, Nigerians bemoan CBNs or Central Bank of Nigeria cash withdrawal limits. They don't like it. But guess what? They're slowly getting you used to not dealing with paper money. They want everything to be digital. Either have a credit card, a debit card, an app on your phone, a QR code, and then eventually it's going to lead into you, as the CEO of Nokia said, and I got that on my Odyssey page where he actually says it. He actually makes that statement. I'm not going to show you that. What does a cashless future mean? That was as of 3 years ago. Insert, swipe, or present card, as you can see. Insert, swipe, or present card, which I have a couple of my cards. I had this one card that didn't have the cash, the what do you call it? What is it? Contact list, because it has this symbol, which is the Wi-Fi. So they gave me another card. They said, you have your new card. It has the what the hell do you call it? The chip in it. It has a chip. They tell you it has a chip in it. So if I mistakenly swipe it, because we're used to swiping, it'll go. It'll say you have to place the chip card under the machine, under the kiosk, whatever you want to call it. A lot of times you go to like a BJ's or whatever, and you get on a line where you can pay cash or credit card, and sometimes you'll make it, you swipe everything, then the cash doesn't come up, and then you don't want to get on another line and wait. So you take out your credit card, take out your debit card, your prepaid credit card, your bank card, your credit card, and sometimes certain individuals send me, once in a while they send me a prepaid card, gift card, Dewada, to who's ever doing that, because these brothers just give it to me. They'll, I don't remember everybody's name, but Dewada, I go out there and I buy what I got to buy. All right, so it says CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, controversial cashless policy. This was as of 3 years ago. How much do you know? Or you're gonna know the whole thing, because this is going to be a world thing. 13 days ago, this is a recent, 2 weeks ago, mixed reaction trial, cashless situation. Well, they're gonna have to get used to it. They're gonna have to get used to it, because I'm telling you, that place, this place in Africa is gonna go totally cashless. CBN, or Central Bank of Nigeria, deputy governor, I believe that's her, which she's an insider. These are all insiders, man. They got the memo. Explains, this is 3 months ago, essence of new cashless policy. Well, how can she explain it? Because it was explained to her. One month ago, is Nigeria ready for a cashless economy? They ready? They better be ready. They better be ready. And these Nigerians are arrogant people, because they're Jake. They're Jake. There's some arrogant motherfuckers, man. But they're Jake. They are people. They think, just telling the truth, man. They think they're better than the Americans because they never was put on a slave ship. But they had to been put on a slave ship in a former life. Okay, this might be interesting. Cashless Nigeria, the true agenda. I may want to watch this. Cashless Society, Dr. Adrian Rogers. Yeah, because the whole world's going to be, look at her. Look at this one. Good move or not going. Good move or not going to happen. Moving to a cashless society. And you can see she's got that bleach blonde hair. So she wants to be a Edomite. She prays that she gets up one morning and turn into Snow White. So it's damn near here, man. I would say, in my opinion, that this will be in full gear maybe at the end of the year, beginning of 2024. They keep saying 2030. Yeah, I ain't late, brother. I ain't looking to be here up until no fucking 2030. You know, the F that. So the Most High is going to speed things up. There it goes. 3 months ago, a CBN sets a limit to cash withdrawals, and eventually it's going to stop. So you can't get, if you got 5,000 in the bank, you can't get the 5,000 out. If they say you can only get $40 a day, you have to go there for the next several months in order to get all your money out. Then they're going to do away with paper money altogether. Sweden is going cashless. It's been going cashless for the most part. That was as of 3 years ago. And see, these people, these Jakes in Nigeria, they don't know the scriptures. See, now if Bishop Nate knew the scriptures, he would tell them. He'd be talking about this, and he would tell them this is one step before that major prophecy. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.